time of the Spanish flu pandemic, and we were doing the same thing. We were having the same fears, the same anxieties, the same behaviors that they were experiencing, though, of course, they didn't have the same medicines we had, but everything else was pretty much the same. And there was all this outrage about wearing masks, which was going on right now. Same exact thing.
We didn't learn anything.
102 years ago. It was the same behavior to the T. So, so I guess in a roundabout way, this is rapid fire questions, but sort of slow answers.
Hey, we're happy with that.
So I guess I'll pick the age we're in, if I had my choice. And I guess I really don't, except to choose the age that I'm in.
100%.
Oh, that's cool.
As you said, looking at the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? So it's interesting how you pick up certain
and
things.
never more so than now.
Yes.
Never more so than now.
Yep.
I mean, you can see people's souls now. They are expressing their most vulnerable parts of them.
Yeah.
My wife said I'm not allowed to do that near windows. What do you have a go-to joke or a favorite joke?
Oh God, no.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I'm supposed to tell you my joke? Are you
Well,
crazy?
I mean, no, I wasn't setting you up.
You're setting me up.
He sees right through you.
Damn it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know you're. I got you. I got your number.
Yep.
You know my tricks. I got it. What was the first movie that ever made you cry?
I would imagine if you asked my mother that question, she would say Bambi,
Mm-hmm.
because every child cries when when Bambi's mothers get shot.
Yep.
Yep.
That's popular.
So I would have to probably say that would be the first one, not though I don't remember watching it for the first time. I think like the real first movie I remember crying was Brian's Song, and I was a teenager when that came out. That was, do you guys remember that movie? It was about Gail Sayers and the running back. It was Brian, his name was, but he died of a disease, and Gail Sayers, they were best friends and were running backs for the Chicago Bears. And it was such it was a very touching scene. I think it made every teenage boy cry in America when that came out. It was such a touching movie. So that's something I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I don't remember Bambi, but I probably would cry today if I watched it.
For sure. Yep.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes, of course. Doesn't everybody?
Hey, we haven't had a no yet, so that's good.
Yep.
So there you go. Isn't everybody? Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I think Robert Wall had said no.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Neil, if you had $100 million right now, how would you spend it?
Oh my God, I wouldn't spend it. Actually, would not spend it. I would find ways of giving it away to worthy groups. Keep a little chunk for myself, just so I don't have to go. I can just do what I want for the rest of my life. But I don't need much. Everything else I give away.
That's wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah. As I like to say, remember your old friends at the Freaking Awesome Podcast. So operation costs are always out of pocket.
You'll definitely be on the list because you're the guys that are going to make this happen.
That's great.
Just put us in your movie when one of your books gets made into one. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You'll be extras in the background.
We're versatile.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I want to be the guy that head explodes, but okay. No, go ahead. That's okay. Go ahead.
What if it were perfectly legal? What exotic animal would you domesticate?
Oh God! I just watched that stupid show, Tiger King.
Tiger King, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you want a tiger.
After you watch that, there's no animal I ever want to domesticate. In fact, I would rather take every animal and let them be free. My younger boy, he lives on the farm. He's into rewilding, which is like rebooting yourself back into nature. He studied primitive skills. He's into plant medicine. He's into foraging. So the word civilization is a dirty word to him. If you want him to weed your garden, he goes, "I will not have blood on my hands." So
this is awesome. Your son is Max, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm looking forward to reaching out to Max and actually having him on the show. I think it'd be quite a very an interesting cross reference with things. So it'd be really good.
He's an interesting character.
He's the guy to know when zombie apocalypse happens, though.
That's right.
That is right. when zombie apocalypse happens and, every human has no skill except how to go shopping in a grocery store and has to fend for themselves, there's going to be a few people on this earth who know what to do, and my son will be one of them.
My God, I hope he's a good runner. he needs to survive.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, question 13. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Is the lack of education. It's people who don't want to learn. People don't want to improve.
Ignorance.
People just want to vegetate. Ignorance.
Yeah.
It's just laziness. That is my biggest pet peeve. So many things in the world can be better if people were educated. I mean, all these problems we have in the world mostly is because people are not educated. So I think, education is the key.
Very true.
And an objective education, not a politically skewed education.
Yes.
But objective education.
Yep, absolutely.
Good. I like that.
Absolutely. What's the last thing that you did just for yourself?
Well, I went food shopping.
Nice.
Today, I did that for myself.
It's amazing how much that is involved with food.
Yeah, well, it's just for me. There's a lot of things I do for myself. I mean, most things I do are all for myself. I mean, it's not that I think I'm selfish, but, I do things. I live the life way I want to live my life. So I'm doing these things for myself, and I try to manage my life in a way that I don't, things that, I never worked for somebody else. I've always had my own businesses. So, I've had that type of freedom. And so I see life as choices.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's how I live my life.
You hear that, folks? Neil ain't no sheep. He does what he wants.
Right.
No sheep.
What holiday would you erase from the calendar if you could?
Oh, stupid President's Day.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Come on. No, actually, I take that back. I would take off Columbus Day. Columbus does not deserve a holiday. Definitely does not deserve a holiday. Columbus, first of all, was a killer. He brought disease to the natives, and he did nothing positive. Yet he gets all this credit that he doesn't deserve, and he gets a legacy of a holiday that's gone on for hundreds of years. So yeah, I vote to take away Columbus Day.
I feel like that could be a show alone.
Actually,
after Trump's done, maybe they'll make an Obama Day.
Oh, Jesus.
They should just change Columbus Day to Indigenous People Day.
I love
that. That should be the holiday.
That is a fantastic change. Yep. Love it.
Yep. That is actually a really good idea. What do you do when you can't fall asleep?
I just lay there.
Yeah.
Till I fall asleep. I don't fight it. I just sit there and just all right, I'll fall asleep when I fall asleep. I'm a really good sleeper. I always said if I could get paid for sleeping, I'd be a millionaire.
My God, I'd be rich.
I sleep 8 hours every night. Some nights, not every night is a night I stay awake. But
you ever when you're finishing one of your books or something though, you ever have ideas when you're laying there and you're it keeps you up because you start going down that train of thought?
Well, no, it actually puts me to sleep. So, I will start to think of my story. And usually that ends up putting me to sleep. Usually, so I'll just think of my tale of where I'm at. So I'm writing Cape Nome now, and I came to a scene yesterday in the beginning of my book, just getting started, like chapter 5 or 6. So I came to a spot where I put this particular character in a very peculiar situation, a compromising situation. So I got him in this compromising situation. Now I got to figure out what it is. So I know I put him in this, something's happening to him. Now I just got to figure out what actually is happening. So, I know it's very vague, but that's where I stopped. And then I put it down. And last night I thought about it. And, when I woke up this morning, I had an idea.
Nice.
That's how sometimes these things work.
That's excellent.
Because you're well rested. That's maybe that's the key.
Yeah. Exactly. I wake up early every morning to write. I wake up 4:00 every morning, 4:30, to get my writing started. So I am much more of a morning person than I am of an evening person.
Sounds like my personal hell. Yeah. Okay. That's good.
What activity makes you totally lose track of time?
Writing.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I could write, and all of a sudden 2 hours have gone by. It's like, whoa. So usually I'm very conscious of time. That's just me. I'm always on time. Usually I'm early, so I'm very aware of time, except when I'm writing. That's when I lose track of my time. So I know that is the right thing for me to do, because that's the one thing that just I lose all focus of time.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's great.
What's the best thing that you've ever eaten?
Oh, well, okay. So this just happened. So, so my girlfriend, she lives in her house. I live in my house. And then when this whole thing came down, the quarantine thing came down, we ended up in separate houses, and she brought her parents up from Queens. So I was sort of quarantined, and I was quarantined here. So we haven't seen each other in literally 7 weeks.
Wow.
So, and I don't cook. So I was going to the grocery store, and I was always able to fend for myself in terms of getting food. Like I went to this health foods co-op that I'm very involved with, and they would make prepared foods, and I would eat really well. But when this whole thing went down, that whole kitchen closed. So now I'm at the grocery store going to the freaking frozen food and getting frozen food. And so I'm like, and I've never gone that route before. So now I'm eating frozen food for 7 weeks in a row. I'm like, so freaking
talk
sick
about
of
personal
it.
hell. Yep.
I never want to put one of those. The sound of the microwave turns me off now. So 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, I went over. Her mother, she sent her parents home. They were driving her crazy, so she sent them back into Queens. She's home alone now. So I went over there, and she made me dinner. I was like, this is the best meal I ever had in my life.
What was
she's
it?
like, really?
Yep.
It was salmon, and it was just a nice meal, but it was home cooked.
Yes.
Everything was organic. It was the best. There was a movie a long, long time ago about an orphan boy named Dondi. And I remember this as I was a kid when I saw it. I must have been 6 years old when I saw this movie. And he was an orphan. He was out on the streets, and, he's about my age when I'm watching it. He's dirty, and he was living in the gutter. And he finally got rescued, and he was given a shower, and they gave him a plate of cookies to eat. He picked up one cookie in his right hand, one cookie in his left hand. He took a bite of the cookie in his right hand, and before he could swallow, he took a bite of the cookie in his left hand. I'm going, that's how I felt. And she made that meal for me.
I'm so glad you didn't say Oliver and that you were eating gruel.
Well, it's sort of an Oliver-esque type story, yeah.
Better food.
Yep. What awesome. a nasty bowl of gruel or oatmeal is like the best thing you've ever had. They'd be like, ooh, geez.
Yeah,
you're hitting low, Neil.
At that point, it would have been.
Yeah.
Question.
Are we at 20 yet? What number are we at?
We're close.
Yeah, we're
close.
almost done.
Yep. Number 19.
Second last question. Have you ever had a crush on a fictional character? And if so, who?
Well, I sort of crushes on the characters I write.
Yeah.
I have this, I'm writing this, I just finished this manuscript now called White Slave. And my main character is this beautiful redhead woman that is the most stunning woman you could possibly ever imagine. She ends up in a horrible situation, but I'm trying to create the most beautiful, luxurious, heart-wrenching, libido-destroying female I could think of. So yeah, I'm in love with this character.
Wow.
Cool. So
and
she's also put into a horrible, horrible situation.
There's going to be a lot of passion like in this story, if not like from your own personal passion for this character. So that's
there
cool.
is going to be a lot of passion. It's a romantic historical novel. So I have never gone down this path before. Thank goodness I have a female editor, because she'll pull out those female elements that need to be drawn out that as a man sometimes you don't see. So that's very helpful by having someone balance me out and say, this relationship needs a little bit more developing. So that's the next. We're going to be working on that next month on the new book.
God, the urge to make a pullout joke is just so strong right now. Okay.